Hola paisanos, just Lyle here, and I want to know, have you ever been addicted to a video game like you probably have, because I know I have, as much as you have with Tears of the Kingdom? Because let me tell you this, I will give you a really quick rundown of my day-to-day. My day-to-day is very different, but a day-to-day experience when it comes to this particular game. So I wake up in the morning, I check my phone, I look at all these new videos I have on my subscription because I follow a lot of people. So I follow all these people, some of which are Zelda related, some are not. I come across videos that leads me to another wormhole, and before I even enter the bathroom, I'm watching a Zelda video in the morning that I probably wanted to watch at night. Now, my morning routine is taken care of. I'm eating breakfast. I am watching a Zelda glitch video for version 1.1.2 at this moment. I go on to do whatever I need to do to get on to work. Go on and watch or listen to a podcast discussing Zelda related content. Discover new things through this medium of hearing what I'm listening to, their adventures. Then I figure out I haven't actually done that. So I get to work, I'm trying to focus on what I need to do, and I need to get that out of my mind. All right, what did I just hear, and am I close to figuring out where it is? So then if I have a break, I'll turn on my Switch, look for that place, realize that break's over, turn off my Switch, go back to work, listen to another podcast, hear what they had to say, discover that I haven't gone to that place, go to the Switch and try to find it, and next thing you know it, I am stuck thinking about Zelda almost from the moment I wake up to the moment I'm getting ready to go to bed. That is probably the best example of what I can give you to video game addiction, because it is addicting and it is very, very much becoming a problem. So I need you all to bear with me as I am going to try to discuss what makes a game addicting and how we're able to break this cycle, because I'm gonna tell you, this has been a really complicated game to want to finish because it is massive. You can go any different way about your objective, but there is no true way to play this game, and there is no right way in doing things. There is truly almost a limitless amount of possibilities in doing things in Tears of the Kingdom. Now, my question was, are you addicted to Tears of the Kingdom? That was a hypothetical question because we know we are all addicted to Tears of the Kingdom. And the thing is about this addiction is that nobody in the internet seems to want to break that addiction, because we are all fueling each other. We are all telling our stories. We are all discovering things our own way. We are all finding out how to do things that we didn't even know was possible. And that's only adding to that addiction. There is no video game at this present time that will break that. And honestly, I think this might be a real problem. Now, we all know we're going to be addicted. Here are probably some ways we can probably break that addiction. Number one, making sure you get to do what you want to do and accepting that that is it. Now, by saying that you have a set goal in mind, it may be small, it might be large. I would say just go about it and enjoying it as much as you can. I know I've definitely not reached anywhere close to as much as I wanted to enjoy this game, but I will definitely put a placeholder on things, and once I fulfill that, that will fill me in for the rest of the week or maybe month. That is one thing that I've definitely learned, that when you're addicted to something, in this case a video game, you need to find a fill. You need to fill up that addiction with whatever you can, in this case video game hours, and be content with what you have. And when you have the time, go back to it. Now, and addiction is a real problem. I mean, I'm saying this jokingly, but this is a real problem. Tears in the Kingdom is in my mind almost all day, so I have to find ways and time to get my fill in. Now, reason number two that you can want to break this addiction is because there's other things to experience. That's right. There's more than the world of the Nintendo Switch lineup that revolves around Legend of Zelda. And it might come as a surprise, but there's other games out there, and there's very much different experiences that Tears of the Kingdom does not fulfill. Now, for you to understand that, you probably have to turn off your Switch, which chances are you have not done, which is probably going to be reason 3 to stop that addiction. Turning off that Switch. Once you turn off that Switch, you realize that the booting up process takes a little longer than you expected. I mean, when you turn on your Switch on sleep mode and you turn it back on, almost instantaneous. That, I mean, you're playing that video game from when you're turning it on within 5 seconds. You know, you press the button or whatever you need to do, you wait for it to boot. Your TV might take like 2 or 3 seconds to actually load. You put in the lock screen combo of the 3 clicks. That's what I do with mine. And you're in the world of, in this case, Tears of the Kingdom. And generally speaking, you're probably in within 5 seconds. But if you turn off your Switch, you realize that, oh my God, these seconds start to add up. And from 5-second load up to now looking into 10 to 15 seconds, which probably may or may not, make you realize that's enough time to do something, get started on something else. So for you to break this addiction, you need to start finding ways to create barriers as well. So for reason 4 to stop this addiction of Tears of the Kingdom is finding different interests that's not having you playing Tears of the Kingdom. I would suggest not even touching your Switch, but if you have your Switch, maybe spending that time with other video games or other experiences. I know there are multiple things on the Switch that can keep you preoccupied, but definitely try to keep that Tears of the Kingdom away as much as possible, because this is becoming a real problem. Now, this 5 won't necessarily make or break this addiction cycle, but it will definitely assist you in not having to think about it when your Switch is off. And that is making sure you watch the most un-Zelda-like videos. That means you're looking at content that does not revolve around Nintendo Switch. We're talking about content that does not revolve around Legend of Zelda. I'm talking about stuff you're not gonna be searching up because it does not even resemble a small increment of what percentage of Tears of the Kingdom may seem to offer, and that is to look for other forms of media and just accepting that this is the world we all live in. There's a lot of different properties out there, and they all vibing for your attention. And that is definitely one way to definitely get into weaving yourself out of the world of Hyrule. And I know these are 5 reasons, but I believe this reason alone, number 6 right here, is going to be the biggest reason to make you believe that Tears of the Kingdom is it's truly an addiction you must break. And I believe that this is the game that will be very hard to not be able to play in the following future days. But this is the reason that I think, if I think about it long and hard enough, it makes me want to stop playing. And that is that Nintendo don't care. They don't care if you finish the game. They don't care if you even get to start up through the first portion of Hyrule. They don't even care if you get off those Great Sky Island. They got your money, they got your attention, and they got what they wanted from you. Now, they don't even bother to look at the social media information because their bank account says they did all the work necessary. Now it's just to sit back and relax as we give them the money and attention until they inevitably give us that DLC, because you know it's coming. 10 million people are willing to put in another $30 or so. We're talking billions of yen, people. Billions of yen coming in the future. So, with that in mind, there will be plenty of Zelda content coming, and there will be plenty of Tears of the Kingdom being played in the future. So if you ever need a break from Tears of the Kingdom, just remember that it will always be there, and there will be nothing that Nintendo will do to make you want to play it. They will make sure they get your money, and that's all they will need to do. Although the patches they released did give you kind of reasons to want to extend your gameplay, because really the duplication glitches were more of a feature in my mind than they were an actual glitch that would break the game. But you know, that's neither here nor there. But that is a few things that might help you get over your addiction with Tears of the Kingdom, because let's be honest, you are playing, and honestly I haven't been playing that much, and I've been thinking and watching more than I should have. So I need to get back on my Switch, and I need to keep playing some Tears of the Kingdom, because I need to figure out when my addiction will be filled. Probably not the end of this month, and it probably won't be at the end of next month. It might not even be the end of this year. But let me know what you are doing to break that Tears of the Kingdom addiction. It is a real problem, and it is becoming one that I really have to tell it no and stop. So this was just Jalile, and I would love to know what are some methods that you use to stop your addiction of Tears of the Kingdom. I would love to hear it in the comments down below. This was just Jalile, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Later. Paisanos.